What's up, guys? It's Zero here. Cyberpunk Orion and everything that we know. Let's talk about it. Cyberpunk Orion, or Cyberpunk 2, is going to be the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077. This is a title that is currently in development at this point in time following the Cyberpunk 2077 DLC Phantom Liberty. CD Projekt Red sent the core people who worked on Cyberpunk 2077 to Boston to start working on Cyberpunk Orion. And with that, I want to talk about everything that we know so far about the title, and I would love to hear your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Let's get into it. In an article coming to us from Grant Taylor Hill of Insider Gaming, Cyberpunk 2077 sequel is in the conceptual design phase. It was revealed today by CD Projekt's Chief Creative Officer Adam Budkowski that the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077, known as Project Orion, is at the conceptual design level. Now that Phantom Liberty has been released, Cyberpunk 2077 will have its lights kept on, but for all intents and purposes, it's no longer receiving any new content moving forward. Now the Polish headquartered firm looks to the next evolution in the Cyberpunk franchise, and that stands in the form of Project Orion. At present, there's nothing to really know about the game, and given that it now sits in the conceptual design phase, it's likely that even CD Projekt doesn't know what the game looks like. At this point in time, a conceptual design phase is going to look like, putting the pieces together in terms of what they're going to begin designing in a major way when it comes to game development. The core people over at CD Projekt Red are going to be, really looking at what they did right, wrong, and what they can do different moving forward in, Cyberpunk Orion. And I think that really should leave us with a lot of excitement, because now that they're already moving forward on Cyberpunk 2 or Cyberpunk Orion, that gives us a lot of indication that they believe in this franchise moving forward. So Project Orion is in a very early stage of the overall development process, and it could be several years before we see it released to the market. However, Adam Budkowski was quick to highlight the extent of the effort and the level of resources being poured into Project Orion. We're going to work out of North America, Vancouver, and Boston locations. Team leadership are already there. And late in 2024, we're going to work with teams comprising several dozen people, while as a target, half of the developers are going to work out of northern US and the other half out of Poland. As this information was explained, it was also revealed that Phantom Liberty has sold 3 million copies in a matter of days, and the base game Cyberpunk 2077 is on track to still sell faster than The Witcher 3 did when it was released in 2015. I think it's reasonable to expect that Cyberpunk Orion is going to be coming after the next Witcher title. Obviously, the guys over at CD Projekt Red are really going to be ramping up production on this next title in 2024, and I think they've had, part of their team definitely working and focusing on the next Witcher title, which we're probably going to be hearing more about in 2024. And as time goes, guys, I think we're going to be hearing and seeing more concept art and things of that nature about Cyberpunk Orion as the time goes. In an article coming to us from Paul Tassi of Forbes, in terms of other things that we know about Cyberpunk Orion, the official description is Project Orion Cyberpunk 2077 sequel that will prove the full power and potential of the Cyberpunk universe. Another description from CD Projekt Red goes as this: Orion is a codename for our next Cyberpunk game, which will take the Cyberpunk franchise further and continue harnessing the potential of this dark future universe. It will be developed by CD Projekt Red team, not a third party. Development has not started yet. It's in pre-production, so we will likely see it well after the next Witcher game, where development has already begun. The team member who confirmed everything is Paul Sasko, the quest director of Cyberpunk 2077, who has been one of the most public faces of the game and its recent resurgence. I would be surprised if he was not given an even larger role leading the sequel, given the work he's done and his trajectory so far. As part of the presentation, CD Projekt Red says that most of their game going forward will have a multiplayer component to help bolster the single-player experience. While it wasn't confirmed Cyberpunk was one of those games, it seems extremely likely given that a planned multiplayer spin-off was cut from the original production timeline of post-launch Cyberpunk support. Plus, I genuinely believe that they still want some of that GTA Online revenue in the long term. We have not been given any plot details about the sequel. Phantom Liberty, Cyberpunk 2077's DLC, still focuses on V and Johnny Silverhand, but if you've played the game, you'll know that V is essentially doomed to die shortly after the events of the story, no matter what ending you choose. And it seems exceedingly unlikely that we would be playing as V once more. My guess is this will be like Cyberpunk 2092 or something, hopping into the future a bit with a new cast of characters and some old faces still around. So to touch on the multiplayer aspect, I believe that Cyberpunk Orion is going to certainly have a multiplayer component, whether it's similar to GTA Online or something completely different. I think that multiplayer brings you back to the experience over and over again, especially after beating the single player campaign. I think co-op modes would be absolutely awesome as well in here, but a GTA style Cyberpunk I think could be something absolutely massive. Talking about the story, I somewhat disagree because I think that you could still follow V's trajectory and V's story in the future. Even though V is doomed to die, it seems like CD Projekt Red could come up with a number of ideas to keep V alive. Whether they go into the future or they stay in, where they are currently in terms of the timeline for Cyberpunk 2077 to Cyberpunk Orion, I'm really excited to see where they go in terms of the story. Similarly, we do not know the location of the sequel. While Night City is as iconic as any character in the game, I do wonder if they'd give us the exact same city again, albeit perhaps a bit more built out, or if they'd move elsewhere. Usually sprawling single-player open-world games like this will do the same exact location twice, at least not twice in a row, but we'll see. So obviously, guys, we don't know a lot about the story. We don't know a lot about the game at this current juncture in time, but I do think that we can take things from Cyberpunk 2077 and we can look at those things and start dissecting the direction of the next game. At the end of the day, the biggest thing is that Cyberpunk Orion is coming, and that being a sequel to Cyberpunk 2077, I'm all for it, and I just really want the folks over at CD Projekt Red to take their time and make this the best experience possible. Obviously, Cyberpunk 2077 had a really shaky launch, and so I think that it's really important that they take their time here with Cyberpunk Orion, make it as great as it possibly can be, and when it launches, it could be one of the biggest launches in the history of video games. But let me know, guys, what do you all think about the things that we know so far about Cyberpunk Orion? Are you excited about it? Are you skeptical about it? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And at the end of the gameplay, check out my next Cyberpunk Orion video. And if you guys enjoy, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, just keep grinding, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.
All I see is cracked concrete and rust. But they thought they would call their friends. They were in for one hell of a... Watch out! There's a sniper behind the van! Watch out, V! That's for my friends, you ass! That's how it's done. I see a sniper. Careful.
She doesn't escape! You hear me?
Hell yeah! What's the fireworks show?
Get the angle on her! Got it!
They're on their last leg!
The rest must have taken Holman with them.
If they manage to regroup and call for help, we're out of luck.
Better hurry then. I'm in.
Hellman, he has to be here.
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
The hell are you doing here?
This is my station. Name's Marty. Those fucking suits rode up like they own the place. Took everything. Put me here and locked the door.
Brought a man with him. A man I need. Civilian. You must have spotted him.
I ain't blind.
Where are they holding him?
Old garage. Room upstairs. Probably keeping them there.
Thanks. I were you, I'd stay put for a few.
Exactly my intention.
Know where they're keeping Hellman. Going in.
Look around!
Who sent you?
Hey, easy. We gotta talk.
Who are you working for? Yorinobu Arasaka. Do you wish to take me back home?
Pathetic rat's got nowhere left to scurry off to. He's out of lifelines. Shut him up already.
Don't take this personally.
Seem to recall you were gonna tell Takamura when you got Hellman.
Yeah, just a sec. I'll call him.
Shimbas are here.
Is that him?
Sure is.
Take him outside. Toss him on the bike.
Stay right there.
The cavalry has arrived. Mitch gathered together a few elder helmets.
The road was clear. I don't think we were spotted. We would still do better not to hang around too long.
What do you plan to do with him?
Just gotta ask him a few important questions.
I sure hope you get some important answers. Saul.
Everything's done here. All clear.
I heard Mitch is alive thanks to you.
Thanks to V and Pan Am. They both saved my ass.
I just hope he was worth it.
Saul, I tried to raise Scorpion, but he... Maybe I could help out somehow?
I think you've helped enough.
I tried to stop him. Sure. Just turn around now. Let it all be damned. You're good at that, aren't you?
Look, Saul, it really wasn't Pan Am's fault.
Careful. You and me are not buddy-buddy. Besides, nobody's blamed anyone for anything, yet.
Sure. Right.
Pan Am was just helping me. It was my doing, my fault that AV got hit. Without me, Scorpion and his people wouldn't have gone out to grab it. That's the truth.
When you're an Aldecaldo, you were always responsible for yourself and your people. The circumstances change nothing.
Look, maybe you two don't see eye to eye at the moment, but you're family. And Saul will do anything for family.
The thing is, am I even part of the family anymore?
You know you are. Come back to us. I understand.
Sorry you had to witness that. Things just get complicated. Dramatic sometimes. But I will manage. And you look out for yourself, all right?
Think that's it. Till next time.
They're coming. You got a minute.
Let's move!
Until next time. Take care of Scorpion's bike. It's yours now.